What's up all my Desies? Welcome to Talk and Chalk and Chai today. So today I wanted to do a movie review on The Big Sick, which stars Kumail Nanjiani. If you guys know him, he's a Pakistani actor from Karachi, Pakistan, and he's an actor, a comedian, mainly known for his comedy. You guys probably know him from Silicon Valley, and he puts together this movie. Him and his wife write this movie, and he stars in it. It's called The Big Sick. It is absolutely amazing. I saw it just the other night and I was like, I can't wait. Even though I had a few other scripts planned for this week, I was like, I can't wait till the weekend. I have to talk about this now. And I just want you all to know that it is absolutely amazing and phenomenal. It's a true story. It's based on a true story of his life, which honestly, if you Desis watch it, or any of you Desis or Pakistanis watch it, it's basically a true story of all of our lives. And when you guys watch it, you'll understand. I'll go over a few things that I was like, okay, you guys can totally relate to this, but I don't want to give you guys too many spoilers because I definitely need you guys to go see this movie. So basically, it's a true story about how he falls in love with this white American. Her name's Emily. And he starts dating her, but his family doesn't really know because he's also stuck in this process of still being set up for an arranged marriage, which is pretty common in our culture, but a lot of people still don't get it, and they don't think it's a thing anymore, even if they do get it, but it's very much still alive and flourishing, especially in America, or as well as Pakistan, because people just think it's a backward kind of thing and it just works back home. And no, it's very much still alive and flourishing here in America. So I loved it because it related so well with my life. It's centered around comedy, and a lot of the reviews, or a lot of the negative aspects of this movie that I was hearing from people, was that it was kind of slow paced and not as serious as it should have been. But I think I like that aspect, and very much so. If you understand the culture, it is as serious as we think. He uses his comedy very well to portray these serious aspects of our culture, and I wish I had seen this movie long before I even began college, because there were a lot of things I encountered, a lot of headbutting with my parents I encountered that I could have avoided through his comedic take on our culture. You know, even when he gets shunned from the family, he uses this approach that like, okay, no, I'm still your family, so you can't really shun me. You can try, but like, you still need me, and I'm still your son, and you guys can't really do much about it, you know, and certain things like that. I really loved his take on it. And when people approach this movie, they kind of have this mindset that it's going to be one of those rom-coms where the girl actually falls ill and you have to be depressed, but you have to remember that this is a comedy, you know, and if you know anything about his humor, it pans out so perfectly, and every part of it is just such an awkward, hilarious encounter, and the humor really resonated well with me. And actually, I thought it was the perfect balance of her being sick and she was still going through the phases, but the movie wasn't so much about her being sick. It was about him and her and the relationships they form with the people around them, particularly him with his parent-in-laws, and to see that relationship grow was really amazing. Actually, I remember within the first couple of days he was hanging out with her parents in the ER. They weren't too fond of him. You guys will see why. They weren't too fond of him initially, and he ended up taking them to one of his comedy shows, and one of the people in the audience said a racist remark, and he was kind of making a random joke about toast, and he was like, okay, so toast, as most of us do when we experience racism, we just kind of try and ignore it and change the subject and act like it's normal, because it is normal. Sadly, it's so normal. So for him to put it that way was so hilarious. He's like, okay, so toast, and I just could not stop laughing. And obviously the mother-in-law, his now mother-in-law, freaked out in the audience. She could not believe that someone told him to go back to ISIS or whatever racist comment they made, and she just got up and created this storm, and it was just hilarious because every time he had the opportunity, he was just like, okay, toast. and the mother-in-law was like, what did you say? Say it again. What did you say? And he's just standing on stage like, this is awkward. This happens a lot. Really, you guys don't get it. But you know, most people don't get it. It's like they think it's so far-fetched and they read it on the news, but they're like, okay, it doesn't happen to the people around me. But racism is as real as you'll see in this movie. And all of these subtle things that we relate to so well, he brings out in this movie. And it's just so funny. And I feel like if you approach this movie kind of wanting to learn more about the culture and more about what we experience on a daily basis in America, this is definitely the movie for you. Don't approach it thinking this is some rom-com about some girl who gets sick and wow, like don't approach it with that mentality of the plot line. Yes, it's a romantic comedy. It's hilarious and it's romantic to a sense, you know, and it's cute and it makes us cry, but it's mainly there for the laughs, and it's mainly there to kind of take a deeper look into his life and culture as a whole. You know, he covers some of the cliche moments and some of the very specific moments. The only thing I didn't like was I felt like some aspects of his family, like their accent was a little forced and it could have been a little more natural, but I guess he had to get actors and not his actual family. So I could literally talk about this movie all day. I could bring out scenes, which I really want to do. And I want to just relate to all my desis out there, but I need you guys to go see this movie first. Go watch it and definitely comment below or create your own video and shout out to me or reach out to me on Facebook and talk to me about this. I love this movie so much, and it's so relieving to see something like this. Every time something like this comes out, which this one was I haven't seen anything like this for a while, but every time something like this comes out, I just get so excited and so pumped already. And then just to watch it and have it be a success makes me that much more happy. But it's completely relatable. And if you guys just go watch it. That's your number one task for this week. If you have any time to do anything fun or anything for yourself, just go do this. I highly recommend it. Go watch it and let me know what you think. You guys will love it. Okay, see you later.